I, 34 year, had been married to my wife, 32 year, for almost 6 years. We were together for 9. You know how people say, it all started perfectly? That was our story. We were best friends, lovers, partners. I worked hard to provide for us. She worked from home as a freelancer. We had what seemed like a solid family, a home, and plans for kids, or so I thought. About a year into our marriage, she started changing, became more suspicious, angry if I stayed late at work, and would cause scenes over nothing. She began accusing me of cheating. Even if I was just going to the store or the gym, it would be instant accusations, tears, yelling. Every time I'd say, "I'm not like that, I'm with you, I don't need anyone else." But it was never enough for her. I started noticing she was texting a lot, often stepping outside to talk on the phone. She began taking more care of her appearance, which she hadn't done before. At first, I thought maybe she's trying to bring back this bark, but they ain't a broken bar. One day I came home early from work. She wasn't home. I looked out the window and saw her in the backyard laughing and drinking coffee with our neighbor, 37M, a guy I'd known since childhood. We were always friendly, but not especially close, and there they were at her laugh. The way she looked at him, something in me clicked. I started paying attention. They were spending more and more time together. Sometimes she'd say she was going to the store, but I'd see her going into his house. I still tried not to jump to conclusions, but then, on my birthday, I decided to install a hidden camera in the living room. I'm not proud of it, but I needed the truth. A few days later, I watched the footage of a broken bar and saw her bring him into our home, into our bedroom, onto the sheets we shared. I sat there staring at the screen, feeling absolutely nothing, just emptiness. When I confronted her, she tried to deny everything at first. Then, when I showed her the recording, she said, "What did you expect? You've probably been sleeping with someone else for months." I felt it. I was faithful, for all 9 years. Even when she grew distant, I believed it was just a phase, that things would get better. Meanwhile, she was sleeping with our neighbor and painting me as the villain. I filed for divorce. I live alone now. Sometimes I feel lonely, but inside I am at peace. Better to be alone than with someone who looks you in the eye and lies, while accusing you of things you never did. And the most ironic part, a couple of months after the divorce, the neighbor stopped seeing her. Guess he got what he wanted. And just recently, she messaged me, "I still love you. We can fix this." We can't. When she wrote that, I didn't even know how to react. On one hand, I wanted to scream, "How dare you, after everything?" But on the other, a small part of me remembered who she used to be, the person I tried to build a life with. But then I remembered the recording, the accusations, the lies, and I realized, she doesn't love me. She loves the idea of me as the one who forgives, comes back, and makes everything easy again. I replied simply, "Please don't contact me again." She tried again through friends, mutual contacts. One even said, "Maybe you're being too harsh. Everyone makes mistakes." You loved her. Yeah, I did. And that's exactly why now I choose myself. Love isn't when one person carries the whole weight, forgives everything, and sacrifices themselves for someone who doesn't even try. That was an important lesson. It's been 6 months. I've done a lot of thinking, went to therapy, started working out again, not to distract myself, but because I finally started caring about myself again. I realized I carried a lot of pain, but I'm processing it, day by day. And here a broken bar. Last I heard, she moved away. Word is she's depressed. Maybe, for the first time in a long while, she's alone with herself. No husband as a safety net. No lover who left right after the fun ended. And I'm not gloating, honestly. I just feel a broken bar, sad. Not for her, but for us, for what we could have been, if she had just talked, trusted, and not betrayed. If you're reading this and wondering whether to forgive a cheater, I'm not here to tell you what to do. But remember, what you think is one mistake may be someone else's repeated, conscious choice. I let go. I'm not perfect, but I was honest. And now, finally, I can breathe. Everything was going well. Katya and I were slowly building a life, without illusions, without promises of forever, just step by step. There were difficulties, triggers, memories, but we both tried. We felt warm with each other, and suddenly, a ghost of the past appeared. My ex-wife found out that I was dating someone, probably through mutual friends or simply saw a photo of Katya and me together. At first, harmless random likes on old photos on social networks. Then, messages to me, "Are you already with someone? Seriously? What about everything we had?" I didn't answer. I chose silence. But that wasn't enough for her. A week later, Katya showed me screenshots. My ex was writing to her on Instagram, "Do you know that he still loves me? He's just using you to forget me. You have no idea what we've been through together. He's not who he pretends to be." Katya was shocked. She didn't expect such meanness from a grown woman who had destroyed her own family. She only responded once, "You made your choice. I'm not your problem. Please don't write to me anymore." But my ex didn't calm down. She started posting passive-aggressive messages in her stories. Some people forget too quickly. Sometimes the pain goes away, but the betrayal remains. We just ignored her, because at some point you realize, silence is louder than any words. A couple of weeks later, she wrote again, to me, "I was wrong. I understood everything. I've changed. I want everything back." And me? I looked at Katya, at the way she looked at me, without pretense, without games, without trying to make me guilty. I remembered how my ex looked me in the eye and lied, how she turned everything around, making me look like a monster. I didn't feel angry anymore, just calm, and gratitude, for leaving, for not coming back. I replied, "The past should stay in the past. Please, don't interfere with my present." Since then, silence. I don't know how she is, but I know how I am. I am in a new, honest, albeit difficult, but real beginning. And if someone tells me that revenge is bad, I will not agree. My revenge is not betrayal. My revenge is the happiness that she could not destroy. If you want, I can help translate or polish the next part of the story to add the dating app and the twist with her cousin. Let me know.